Taking just be. Don't take it. Taking just don't be. And live my life. Don't take it personal. I ain't lying. I ain't hiding. I've been grinding, multiplying. I've been trying to get my weight up, staying prayed up, meditating and taking time away. You always posting up pictures, trying to look like you winning. I'm writing rhymes in the kitchen, soaking in moments we live in, yeah.
Hello. I was vibing for a minute. I love this one. Hey, everybody, we are live and we are lit here on Girls Only TV. Okay, we got an episode for you today. We are talking about the meaning of empowerment, what it means to be empowered, and how the Girl Gang is going to change the game, empowering women all over the globe. That's what we're going to do. So I have Karen here as always, my homegirl, and we got a show. How you doing today?
I'm excited.
I know, right?
I am really excited. You know, women empowerment is like one of my main topics. I talk about it all the time. So you know I'm excited about this episode. Like, let's get it. Okay, because we got a lot to say.
Yes. So first, I wanted to start with the definition of empowerment. It means authority or power given to someone to do something, or the process of becoming stronger and more confident, especially in controlling one's life and claiming one's rights. I like that definition.
It's actually on point.
Right. So, what does empowerment to you?
When I think about empowerment, I think about different things. You know, because one of the things that I always felt was like, you know, women in general did not support each other. And it really for me, just looking from my point of view, it's really lacking in our community. Like it's not a lot of women empowerment, and it's always a lot of negativity. And I wanted to be able to, you know, change the narrative behind real women empowerment. So for me, it's about, you know, uplifting the next person. Like, you don't always have to feed into this narrative that women can't get along. Like, women have to step on each other to get to where they're trying to get. Like, it doesn't have to be like that. Women empowerment for me is not only just being there and supporting each other, but actually really being there, if that makes sense. So you know how someone could go on and they can make a comment about how their day is going, or, you know, you can just feel like they need some type of support, whether it's just you just randomly telling someone, hey, you know, you look beautiful today, because you never know what impact you're going to have on that person's day just by smiling at them, just by telling them something that you admire about them. Like sis, like, okay, this is going to be real funny, and I'm not even trying to be funny. But if I compliment you, boo, you look good. Like you look good. I'm giving you all types of gay vibes, because, and I need you to, it makes, like, okay.
I'm gonna need you to return the energy too.
I need you to return it.
Like, you gonna get all gay vibes from me. I'm gonna be all in your face, like, boo, like, who did your make? You look so bomb. Oh my gosh, like,
yeah. And it don't even, and the crazy thing is, people be like, well, you know, it kind of come off fake, like you just trying to give compliments. No, like, you can literally look at another woman and say something nice and positive about that woman and actually mean it. And yeah, it's like, you don't, but then that goes back into the narrative about how, you know, women always find the negative in something positive, and you don't have to do that. So when I think about, when it goes back to us thinking about what does women empowerment mean to me, it's not only support, it's not only helping build each other up. If I know some information and you're trying to do something in that same field, I'm not going to hold the information to myself. I'm going to pass it on because, me being able to help you reach your goals is way bigger than me. It means more to me that I'm able to help you in any type of way that I can versus me be like, oh, well, it's a competition type of situation. This is not a competition.
I got mine, you got to get yours.
Yeah, you can't do that. Like, it's not a competition. There's room on, like, all of us is placed on this earth for a reason. And all of us, every single woman has their purpose, and they just have to figure out what their purpose is. But if I'm supposed to give you information to help you towards that goal, I'm going to give it to you. I'm not going to hold the information. So women empowerment for me is real big. Like, I'm really big on positivity. I don't like seeing other women put each other down. Even when even when it comes down to social media, if I see something negative or I see another woman going back and forth and belittling another woman, I'm going to delete that person because I don't want that energy in my space. Like, you have to be willing to look past you to help other people to get where they need to get. Like, and that's in anything, that's even dealing with confidence, that's dealing with, business wise. So women empowerment for me is real big, like huge. What about you?
I feel like it's a decision. Like, a lot of people will go, oh, well, you can't love somebody, you can't empower somebody, you can't uplift somebody unless you do it for yourself first. And I'm like, that's not necessarily true because, like, even though I'm at a certain level, you might not be at that level. And I could still, bring you up some. If you having a bad day, I don't have to be in a good mood to tell you keep going. You know what I'm saying? That's the part of about coming outside of yourself and understanding that it's way bigger than you. But as far as what empowerment is to me, pretty much is just, giving someone else permission to live their best life. Like, everybody doesn't have a support system. Everybody doesn't have that super high confidence. Everybody wasn't raised to believe that they're a princess or a queen and they could take on the world. Like, everybody doesn't have that. And so to be able to kind of close that gap so that they can, get that boost, that's empowerment to me, whatever that is. If I gotta, give you compliments, send you affirmations, if I gotta, every time I see you be like, hey, you signed up for them college courses yet? You do that thing you said you was gonna do yet? Come on, let's get on this, sis. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? It's keeping your sisters going, because we got stuff.
Yeah.
We have so much stuff to deal with. You're not always looking out for you. And so it's always good, I feel like, because I love it when people do it for me. I go out of my head a lot, and I have my sisters, friends and things, that'll just be like, come on, sis, come on. You could do it. Don't you sit down and play small. Don't do that. You got this. And I feel like that's a big, big deal. And we should do that for every woman we meet. Every woman. It doesn't matter what you have, what you feel like you can do. You got something you can share.
You definitely do. I think a lot of the time we don't feel some, and I'm gonna say most of the time because it's with different women, because they didn't have that person that was like, hey, you can do this, and keep pushing forward. That they feel like, okay, well, if I don't even feel like I can do this, I'm not gonna encourage someone else to do it. You know what I mean? So it kind of goes to the point where, like you said, you don't have to be in a position or feel like you have to keep those things inside, because it's really honestly not about you. But in order for you to be even able to put one foot in front of the other for yourself, you have to start believing in yourself. And a lot of the time we lack a lot of belief. So having that crowd around you, or those women around you that's going to be like, hey, you can do this, like keep pushing forward, like get it done, it's going to change the game for you. But if you're constantly having someone that's not really into uplifting the next woman, it is always negativity when you talk to them, you're not going to
be you can't. I'm not sure. I don't think that's not a good idea. Maybe you should, and maybe you should wait. Maybe like, nah. Nah, that's not it. That's not how you that's not how you help. Like that's not helpful. You just, pulling the shoot on somebody. But that is why I am so excited about the things that we have going on in the girl gang. It just like it's become why I wake up in the morning. Like, let's find some women and I'm gonna make somebody's day today. Like, this is gonna be bomb. So we have like really big vision for not just female empowerment, but trying to take on and change the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just really excited about the vision. So you want to give us a few words about what the girl gang vision is? Bring some people on in. Get them up to date.
It honestly took a lot of growing to be able to really honestly find your purpose and why you're here. And for me, like I said, like a lot of people that know me know that I did not like being around women. I didn't. But now, like and it had a lot to do with the way that, the things that I've been through growing up. But now that I've evolved into knowing how powerful women are when they're together, no matter what background that they come from, no matter their ethnicity, no matter what, high school dropouts, college graduates, whatever, we all still have a way that we can uplift the next woman. And and then everybody's been through something. My story may not look like yours. It may not. You may not have been molested. You may not have, went through depression or even had suicidal thoughts or anything like that. Your story may be completely different. But when I think about the vision behind Diamond Girl Gang and Girl Gang, the whole entire Girl Gang umbrella, man, it's powerful. And it's insane. And the crazy thing is everything keeps lining up. Everything keeps lining up, from the give back campaigns we're about to start doing to being able to put women in a position to even earn income from their phones, even from, Girls Only TV to Girl Gang Social. It's like, this is like legit a movement. So let me just go ahead and just tell y'all how, the gist of what we're doing, right? So we all have, like I said, we all go through different things. And a lot of times we don't feel like other people understand. But there are so many women that are going through things, even like I said, your story may not be the same story as someone else's, but there is other people out there that have gone through the same things that you've gone through and overcame them. And, that's even with Diamond Girl Gang. We all know how diamonds are made. They're made through pressure, and we come out looking, even more beautiful, even though all the things that we've been through, all the pressure is going to blossom something beautiful. Even if it don't make sense to you at that very moment, you're going to continue to put one foot in front of the other, and you're going to get through all of the stuff that you've been through. And you're going to come out of that thing like, man, this is a testimony. And I'm able to use my voice and my story to help the next woman, to help the next person, because sometimes you do have some men that go through some of the stuff that we women go through. So we could not only encourage women, but we can encourage men as well. So, when I think about that, just that foundation alone, it's like, how many more women do I know that's been through depression? How many more women do I know that's been sexually molested? How many women grew up in single parent households? How many single moms are out there? And how many women can we reach down and help, where reach up and help, because you know it's way bigger than us. It's so many women that we can reach, and we can like literally make an impact when we all band together. So when I think about the movements that we're starting, even just Girl Gang Social alone has made an impact, and it hasn't even been around for it's been a month and a half. And so many people come to Girl Gang Social just to be able to connect with other women, other like-minded, positive women. Even when they're, you know, when people are feeling down, they come to Girl Gang Social. They let them, you know, they let us know how they're feeling, and we're all able to reach, you know, we're pretty much all able to love on them. So it's like, you know, it's powerful. Like, it's so many things that we have going on. So we're touching literally every aspect of what the woman goes through. So from financial issues to I need support in this area to, you know, just empowering, uplifting the next woman. Like, it's so many different things that we are touching on within just the Girl Gang umbrella alone. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It brings a legit smile to my face every time I think about it, because of just, you know, the impact that we've already had, and just kind of spitballing where it could grow to. Like, I don't even have a clue, but just to think about how it's come along already, and in such a short amount of time, excuse me. You know, just like what happens in a year, you know, what happens in 2 years. It's amazing to me, and to be able to create that kind of a network, that kind of a support group, that kind of just, you know, umbrella that covers people, and you know, everybody's looking out for each other, and every woman is giving another woman permission to do their best, to live their best life, to not stay stuck where they are, to not stay in that toxic relationship, not keep their kids in that, you know, not good household, to you know, just like change their entire lives and do it in the best way possible.
Yeah.
By their own I don't want to say power, but like, you know, with their own fortitude, with their own, you know, fight and work. It's not one of those things where it's just like, okay, now be in our group, and you know, we'll send you a message every now and then, but until then we don't really know you exist. You know what I'm saying? It's legit a sisterhood, and that for me is enough. But then when you start thinking about all of the outreach to, you know, like the homeless and to battered women, even going down into how we talked about a shelter, like things like that are, in my mind, things that people use as a starting point to just take off. You know,
Yeah.
you hear so many stories about women who are like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't think there was anything else for me. And, you know, I wound up staying in this shelter and meeting this person, and then that person, and then that person, and then that person, and everything just blew up. You know what I'm saying? If you have the resources, if you have the support, you can do anything, literally anything. And I'm so excited to see how this kind of base just allows people to jump off and go and take off with some things. That's the exciting part for me. Like, how can we help?
That's really what it's all what it really boils down to. You know, how can you help the next person?
Yeah.
Because everybody out there, even if you feel like you don't have something to be able to help somebody with, you do. And the only difference, honestly, is you're keeping And I get that sometimes it is hard for people to reopen, certain wounds, to be able to express how they feel and talk about the things they've been through. But you holding on to your testimony is stopping someone else from being able to get to theirs. So the fact that, some people feel like they don't have a story, or they feel like their story doesn't matter, or they feel like they have nothing to give to someone else to help uplift the next person, you do.
One.
You do. And I think for me, when it comes to what we're doing, because 2021 it's about to be epic. Like I tell you all the time, I literally be having so many dreams about what it is that we're doing and what we're going to accomplish this year.
Absolutely.
Around all areas of Girl Gang. And it literally, it kind of go back to what you said about how you have to love what you do. I love what we do.
Yes.
It doesn't feel like work to me. It feels like, Karen, you're here for this purpose. And when you feel like you're here for a certain purpose, it changes the game for you. Like, it really changes your mindset. It changes the way that you carry yourself, the way that you talk to other people. Your confidence level changes because you know the purpose. You know the vision behind what you're creating. And can't no one come in and tell you anything different because it's your vision. No one can take that vision away from you because you know what it is that you want to accomplish, and all you have to do is continue to push forward towards those goals and get it done. And just everything that we have planned for Girl Gang Social, for Girls Only TV, for Diamond Girl Gang, which is the money aspect of what we're doing. Like I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm like, honestly, sometimes I don't even have words.
Right. I was just sitting here thinking the same thing. Like, oh my gosh, like what else can you say? It's so exciting. It's so exciting. Just to be able, like, for me, one of my passions since I was a kid, like the first thing I can remember wanting to do with my life is be a philanthropist. You know how they ask you in elementary school, what do you want to be when you grow up? If you
Right.
could do anything and get paid for it, what would you do? My answer, and I want to say third or fourth grade, was give people money. I didn't have the word philanthropist at the time, but if I could give people money for a living, that is exactly what I would do.
You know what? That goes back to that saying that when you're younger, your passion, you know what your passion is and what you're here for, but you just lose track of that as you become an adult, especially if it's something that that you're not really connected to at that moment.
If it's something that's not traditional too,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of times, and that goes back to being given permission. A lot of times, parents will hear something like that and be like, yeah, but how are you going to live off of that? How are you going to buy a house with that? That's not going to buy you a car. You can't just go give all your money away. But a lot of times our parents don't have that kind of wherewithal. That's a different show. But it's and then there's that does speak to the trickle down effect, because a lot of women are mothers, and they don't have the wherewithal to believe that for their children. They don't have the kind of like the mindset to be able to tell their children, oh, you could totally do that. You could do whatever you want to do. You just got to believe in yourself, put the work in. You could do what you want, because they don't believe it. They had parents that told them, no, you need to go get you a 9-to-5. You need to pay these bills. You need to do this, do that, live your life. So like being able to kind of unlock that for moms who can unlock that mindset in their children, like the reach on this thing, you know what I mean? It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me. And just being me, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm going to help. This is helping. We're helping so many people.
Yeah.
And you know, like you said, when you have that purpose, you have a whole different level of drive. You have a whole different level of belief. You have a whole different, you know, mindset. And it's like, you know what? Anything's possible. Anything's possible. So let's try it. Throw it at the wall. Let's do it, you know. And that's where the fun in it for me is, especially having come from the background that I've come from, and not originally having that belief,
Right.
not originally having that confidence, not having, like I said, that kind of base to jump off of. I was, you know, really traditional minded. And so being able to kind of see that in myself and understand that it's possible to change, I'm like, oh, we're changing everybody. We're
But you
changing
know
everybody.
what, Angie, you've grown so much in the last year. You've grown a lot in the last year, and it's crazy because even for me, because I keep telling y'all, like, I wasn't the same person I was, years ago. But just seeing the amount of growth that you've personally done in the last year is crazy. Like, it's crazy.
Praise the Lord, everybody. God is still in the blessing business. He's still working on me. Thank you, Lord. 'Cause
But you know what? That even kind of goes into this. It's kind of like we say, you have to surround yourself around people that's going to uplift you.
right.
And for me, I feel like had I not came into the circles that I've been a part of the last almost 5 years, I don't think I would be where I am right now, just with anything.
Yeah.
That being able to bring people into circles of this caliber, as far as no, people think that showing another woman positivity is not normal. Why is that not the norm?
I have no idea.
Able to bring other women into our space and show them that you are able to do anything that you desire. You are able to dream big and not have limits. And a lot of us put limits on the stuff that we can accomplish in our lifetime. And I say this all the time, even when it comes to the goals and the dreams that we have. You would literally sit here and say, oh, okay, well, I'm going to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of my life that I don't like, but I'm passionate about this, but I don't think people will support me in my vision. And you would literally settle with whatever whatever your current life is, and be like, okay, well, I'm supposed to be living paycheck to paycheck, or I'm not supposed to dream this big. I'm not supposed to believe that I can have the best house or the best whatever. Like, I don't think that's something that's made for me. But
Right. I don't think that's in the cards for me. Other
right,
people can get it, but you know, I'm a little poor girl from the hood. You know, stuff like that don't happen for folk like me unless we could sing or or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it's you.
and the crazy thing is that's a lie. You can literally live your life by design. But when you continually speak in negativity over your life, you're going to get nothing but negativity. So you have to bring your visions and write those things down. Everything that you think about, write it down, plan it out, and make it happen. Don't sit on your dreams because you feel like you're not worthy of living the life that you desire. We live our life by design. And a lot of people don't even realize that. And it's insane to me. Like, we have to be in a position where you can allow yourself to be willing to grow. Whether that's if you're not someone that likes to read, that's the reason why a lot of the information that we need is in books.
Yeah.
You have to figure out what it is that you want for your life and make it happen. Go after and make it happen. And I tell people this all the time, and I did have a couple of people that was kind of offended about me saying this. But especially when it comes to moms, we will sit here a lot of time and tell our families and our kids, go after whatever it is that you want. And then we don't do the same thing for ourselves. And then we wonder why our kids are so in that space of, well, mommy, you told me I can do everything that I want to accomplish, but you've been wanting to start this business since I was a kid and you still haven't done it. So most of the time they're going to duplicate what they see. If they don't see the drive within you and the pushing you to go after everything that you desire, how do you feel they're going to go after the things that they desire? Because you're not instilling that belief and showing, and not only instilling that belief in them, but they're not just listening to words, they're seeing your actions. So a lot of the time we're not willing to go after what the stuff that we want, and we don't even realize that it's hindering our own kids. So if you really want to make changes in the generations in your family, it's going to start with you. So you have to be willing to put yourself in a position where you're like, you know what? I've been sitting on this dream for a minute. You know, I keep having these random, literally dreams, because I told you the moment that I woke up about the dream that I had, I let y'all know. I let y'all know, but we're going to make this happen because this is going to change the game for us. Stop sleeping on your dreams because they were given to you for a reason. And if you do not put yourself in a position to be around women that's going to push you and not going to step on your dream and tell you you can't get that done, that sounds crazy, you're setting yourself up for failure, and it doesn't even make sense because we only get one life to live. So if you're going to sit here and constantly allow other women or other people in your life to tell you that what you desire is not even, oh, that doesn't even sound like something that people would do. What?
Essentially, they're directing your life for you.
That part.
And you're letting them.
You're letting them.
You know, like you're allowing people to talk you out of your dreams, talk you out of your passions, talk you out of, everything that is designed for you.
Yeah.
You know, like
giving them full control and not even thinking twice about it.
If I told you, that you were going to be a millionaire, like the million is sitting in the bank, it's yours. You just gotta, do a few steps to get to it. If you get to step 2 and let your mom and them tell you, oh, they lying. She lying. That money ain't there. She just trying to scam you. She just don't you let somebody talk you out of it before you see what the end gonna be. You just let them talk you out of your $1 million, and then you're gonna be sitting around the next 20 years, miserable at your job, bitter, angry, frustrated. Man, if I could have just got that million, my life would have been so different. My life would have changed, man. I could have had that million.
Yeah.
But you don't. Because you let somebody talk you out of it. You knew it was there.
And I got the perfect story behind that situation. I don't know if a lot of people know, but when I was younger, nails was one of my things. Like I love everything nails. So Chicago is more fast paced. So things that we were doing 15 years ago is now just starting to catch up in the last 3 or 4 years. So when I first started doing nails, went to cosmetology school for, to get my nail tech license, opened up a shop here in Houston. But of course, like I said, I'm originally from Chicago. So all of the things that I was seeing, that I was doing in Chicago, I thought that, okay, well, if I bring it to Houston, it'll pop because I don't really be seeing that many people with it. So open up the nail shop. One of the issues was, people didn't want to pay for the cost. I'm not going to do no $20, no $20 set, and you're going to get designs, you're going to get stiletto nails, stiletto nails. Like I was literally doing stiletto tips almost 10, 15 years ago. So it's like the designs, the rhinestones, all of that stuff was being done when I had my shop. So, but the thing was, I had someone come in the shop here in Houston and was like, she refused to pay the price that I was charging. Not realizing I'm doing forms, not just tips, I'm doing forms. And forms is, it takes a lot of time for you to do forms. And you think you're going to get forms, form tips for a $20, $25 set. That's not what I'm going to do, because it's a lot of time and a lot of, nail art is just that, it's art. So a lot of time goes into this stuff. So, people were, she was saying like, people are not going to pay for that in Houston. You're charging way too much money. The nails that you're doing is real ghetto, talking about stiletto tips and the designs and the rhinestones. Do you know I allowed that lady and some other people from Houston to tell me what my vision wasn't going to work where I was. Can you imagine? Had I not listened to that person, I would be making buku bank years later, because now the vision that I had is now things that people are doing now. So when you allow other people to come in and tell you what won't work and you give up on your own dream, you're doing yourself a disservice, because someone else is going to be given that same dream and they're going to go after and make it happen. And then you're going to be sitting here looking like, dang, I thought about that years ago. But because you slept on yourself and allow other people to tell you what you can and cannot do, what's not going to work for you, what people are not going to find attractive, or something is too ghetto, or your vision don't make sense, you're allowing them to have full control over what it is that you're doing in your life. And you're setting yourself up for failure. And it doesn't make no sense to me.
Are you going to put your paycheck in somebody else's hands and expect your bills to get paid? You gonna give somebody your whole paycheck and just expect that they gonna put food in your house and make sure your bills are paid, put gas in your car? No, you are the person in control of that, so you got to be the person that's in control of your money.
Got to be.
I got kind of the same story when I was younger. I was really, really into fashion design. Not that I'm like a big fashion person. I just used to like to draw dresses. And I thought to myself, hey, I should go to fashion design school when I get out of high school. I asked my mom about it. I was going to go to FIT in New York, had my little portfolio ready and all of that stuff. I was going to New York as far as I was concerned after high school. And I sat down and I talked to my mother. And again, my mother is very, very traditional. So she had the whole, you can't go to New York by yourself. You're a girl. You can't be in the crazy city by yourself. You don't have any family up there or anything. Where are you going to stay? How are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? You can't do this. That's not right. Blah, 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 blah. Right. Well, I had that conversation with her, and after that conversation, I was just like, maybe she's right. And I let it stop me. Didn't go to New York, didn't do fashion school. I actually stopped drawing. And shortly after I finished high school, blew my life, Karen, when I tell you it blew my life. My mother started screaming at the top of her lungs one night. I was sitting in my room and she started, Edge, come here, you gotta see this. And I came running out of my room because I thought something was wrong. My mother was watching an award show. And don't you know, a dress that I designed when I was in my 9th grade year, I had the picture still in the portfolio that I didn't take to New York. But a dress that I designed in my 9th grade year, 5 years later, I can't even remember who the celebrity was, but she was wearing it. And I mean, like, it detail for detail, Karen, that was the dress that I designed. And my mom freaked out. She said, you should have gone. You should have gone. That would have been your dress. You should have gone. And I was just like, what do you do? I was so broken. I was so crestfallen about that. I was like, I could have made it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I could have made it. That was $1 million dress. And they were all over the news about it and all of just, oh my God, this dress, it was so beautiful. Like that burned me up. And from there, like I couldn't I can't, like, you tell me I can't do something, and the first thing I'm gonna do is try to do it.
Yeah. I
The
think
first thing.
you know what, and that's funny that you say that, because I promise you, when people tell me I can't do something or something doesn't work, I promise you, I'm gonna prove you wrong, because you've been.
Or I'm gonna try real hard to.
I'm gonna try real hard, so you ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing, because I don't. One thing, and that goes back to the goals that we have just dealing with Girl Gang Social, or just Girl Gang in general. It's just like there are so many other women that go through the same thing, just feeling like they just defeated because no one is supporting the visions or the goals that they have set for themselves, or they won't support the talent that they have, or whatever their craft is, and then they give up. They give up. And when I tell you, and people be thinking like, Karen, you are so. First of all, let me just say this: I'm an emotional gangster. Okay,
I'm
so
just saying.
I'm an emotional gangster. All
I
right.
will put that answer to you, okay?
I'm real sensitive, like to the, when I see other people hurt, I hurt with them.
Yes.
It literally breaks my heart, especially when I see the potential and the talent in you, you don't see it in yourself. That breaks my heart. So even when I'm having conversations with people about the business that we're about to launch next month, when I talk to people about that, and the first thing they tell me is, "Oh, I don't think I'll be able to do it because I'm not this or I'm not that." First of all, you are already setting yourself up to fail, because you're speaking negativity in something before you even get started. And it all starts with you. You're the common denominator on if your dreams are going to is going to go to the level that you want to get to them, or if they're not going to even start because you don't start them. You're the common denominator, and it starts with you. Everybody else, listen, I'm gonna say this: everybody got opinions. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. A
My
lot,
dad used to
a lot of the time, their mindset on whatever it is has been derived from something they have no knowledge of, or they had maybe a bad experience about something, and they feel like, oh well, this was a bad experience for me one time, so if I had this bad experience, it's not gonna work for you. And you can't allow yourself to allow that stuff to be something that you internalize, and then make it where, okay, well, this, if it didn't work for this person, it's not gonna work for me. What are you talking about? Like, I be legit wanting to pop people through the screen. What are you talking about? You can do anything that you want to do, but if you don't believe it in yourself, it's not going to work. Because it all starts with that little bit of faith, and a little bit of, okay, well, if my work ethic is trash, then maybe I need to step it up. Just learn how I can be more consistent or more disciplined or whatever it is that I want to accomplish. Like, your work ethic can be really trash as hell, and that's okay, but it was not okay. You need to figure it out.
You can fix it.
You can fix it.
I have an affirmation. You guys can't see my board behind me here, but I have an affirmation that says everything is figure outable. There is no hurdle, there is no setback that I cannot overcome. You can figure it out. It might not go exactly the way that you planned it, but as long as it goes, you still going. You can work with it. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't stop. Just don't stop. You started with everybody has an opinion. My dad used to say opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one and they all stink. So somebody's opinion is just somebody's opinion. You don't know what works for you until you've tried it. And there is the old adage, if at first you don't succeed, try again. You don't know how it's going to turn out. You have no idea. And just the same way that you give yourself the moment, you give yourself the permission to think, oh, well, this isn't going to work for me. What if you take that moment and go, you know what? This is going to change my life. This is going to change my life. There are, excuse me for saying this, there are rappers that should not be famous, singers that should not be famous, but they are. because if you talk to them, you can't tell them anything. They in every song, I'm the best thing on your radio right now. I'm the best thing in your speakers right now. I'm the greatest. I'm the best. You can't tell me nothing, okay?
But then you know what? The crazy thing about even that, Angie, is the fact that when you boost yourself up like that, people take that as you being arrogant. But if I say, oh well, I don't know, you know, such and such is a little bit better than me. I'm just kind of iffy, like, you know, I don't know. You gotta big yourself up.
Yeah.
The moment that you start to literally visualize where you want to be at in life, and you start operating in that vision, nobody's going to be able to tell you nothing different. Of course, there are more people out there in the world that may be masters at whatever it is that you're doing, but I don't give a damn if they are. I'm the best.
You ain't me.
You ain't me. You don't bring to the table what I bring to the table. Like we say all the time, you know, there is literally a makeup artist on every corner. There's a nail salon on every other corner. There are people that are inspirational speakers in every other group. It's like,
and they all making money.
And they're not. And so when people be like, oh, well, that market is oversaturated. No, boo. It's not oversaturated. They don't have a you.
That's it.
And people are drawn to the person. I could be selling some damn $4, $5 bottles of water on the corner, and people will still buy it. Well, I can go to Walgreens and get me a bottle for 99 cents. Well, they can go and get Walgreens or something. No, boo, they're gonna come to me because I believe in what it is that I'm doing. And if I learn how to embrace my confidence and learn how to promote what it is that I'm doing, you can't tell me nothing.
Tell you something, con artists get over because they are confident. They got every confidence that I'm going to tell you this and you're going to do what I need you to do, and I'm going to keep moving. And if you don't do what I need you to do, I'm going to keep moving anyway, because the next person is going to do what I need them to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's got a lot to do. And that was something that I had to learn, because again, I'm still not a very confident person, but there's a level of belief in yourself that you have to have. You can adopt it. And when I say adopt it, I mean just grab onto it. It don't have to be yours at the moment. It don't have to. You know, a lot of the confidence people see in me, on me, whatever, is from the compliments of other people. I adopt it. If you say I'm great, I'm great. I'm gonna take it. Fine, cool. You say I'm pretty, cool. Thank you. I'm pretty. See that? And I just go with it, you know, and eventually you'll start to believe it. And when you start to believe it, then your mind will start changing about so many other things that you told yourself, oh no, I can't do that. Oh no, that's not for me.
You're walking in belief.
You start, you know, repeating it to yourself, talking to yourself. If you're anything like me, you get to talking to yourself. All right, now listen, Karen said that you got this. Karen said you look good on camera. You look nice. You pretty. You got it. So we gonna go with what Karen said, and we gonna do this thing like we pretty. Okay.
But that goes back to what we were saying originally. You have to surround yourself around people that's gonna big you up. And I think that right there is what Girl Gang Social is about. We're gonna help you with the confidence that you feel like you don't have. Like, listen, girl, look, what? I'll tell somebody in a minute. If I hear someone talk bad about themselves, I'll be like, bro, you're not gonna talk about my friend like that. What friend? You. You're not gonna do it. You don't have the permission to talk about you like that, because you're speaking that negativity over your life. And I don't, you shouldn't accept that. I don't know who told you that lie, but you should not accept that. I'm telling you now that you can do anything that you desire, but you have to surround yourself around people that's going to big you up. Because if you don't, you're going to be stuck in that mindset of, I don't think I can, when you know that you can. Or if you don't shift your mindset from let's use this for example. When people are like, well, what if this doesn't work? Shift your mindset. Don't even think about what if it don't work. What if it does?
What if it does? What if it does?
Leave it at that.
Don't give yourself the time to pull back. Don't give yourself the time to think about it, because if you give yourself the time to think about it, then everything negative, like on autopilot, our brains are negative.
Yep.
They just are. It's not you, darling. It's not you. Our brains just work that way. You have to train yourself. You got to get up every morning and be like, all right, listen, I do not feel like being positive today. It just is what it is. But we're going to do this.
I honestly feel like you can have a good day on purpose.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. One of those people that's like, if you wake up in a bad, like I was telling someone this the other day, but if you wake up in a bad mood, one of the things that you should probably do before you go to bed is honestly figure out what it is that you're doing before you go to bed, because whatever you end your night with is what you're going to wake up with. So if you go to sleep with nothing but negativity on your mind, or you just got done, even when it comes to TV, what are you looking at night? Because you can dream about that mess over the night, and then when you wake up in the morning, your mind is not going to be where it needs to be. So for me, I listen to a lot of different affirmations when I'm asleep. I listen to a lot of different music frequencies when I'm asleep, because I don't want to wake up on the wrong side of the bed. No, I don't want to do that. I want to wake up with nothing but positivity on my heart. Like, okay, well, who can I help next? When people ask me, like, here, I overthink a lot. I don't, it's all I think about is negativity or whatever. Well, I'm literally sending them a YouTube link. Listen to this while you go to sleep, because it really honestly helped me to honestly start reprogramming my brain. Because when I used to go to sleep, I used to always think about everything that was negative that I've been through, growing up. You wake up, you don't have that confidence because so much of your confidence was stripped from you when you were younger, and you steady living in that. But if you don't start readjusting the way that you look at certain things, you're going to continue to do that, and it's not going to change. Nothing about your situation is going to change because you aren't physically doing something to change it. So yeah, girl, listen.
And that goes into why I'm so, I keep trying not to use the word excited, but so happy about how one of our core elements is personal and spiritual development. So like that for me was a game changer, being able to, kind of sit down and read something, sit down and listen to something, to get my mind right. Because again, like left on autopilot, me personally, because I have struggled with depression and anxiety and listen, laundry list, we could be here all day. I will literally sit, if I don't catch myself, I will sit and get depressed for nothing. Absolutely nothing. Hey, Ange, guess what you didn't do today? You didn't do the laundry. You're a terrible mom. And I'll be in that for hours, and the whole day will go by, and I'll just be sitting there like, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel like this? And then, then you go through the whole, I didn't get anything done today. I didn't feel like this. I wasn't that nice to my kids. Oh my God. What do they think about me? How do they feel about me? Oh my gosh, what did this do? What does that mean? And you will literally sit and pick yourself apart. And if you are picking yourself apart like that, then you don't have the wherewithal to do anything, let alone climb out of depression, which is hard to do with medicine. You know what I'm saying? So like it's about fighting the battle on all fronts. And if you all don't read, if you don't, listen to, sermons, your favorite pastor, who are motivational speakers, find somebody that is going to speak positively to you. And I mean relentlessly positive, not, okay, we good this day, and maybe this day, I don't know, I don't really feel like it. No, you need that relentless positivity, and it's going to irritate you. It is going to get on your nerves, but you need it. Because if you're not constantly getting that in, then it's not going to be there. It's not going to be there when you need it. When you need to pull yourself out of that moment, when you realize that you've been sitting around for the past hour thinking about everything wrong in your life and you have zero motivation to do anything else, you're going to need something to kind of grab onto so you can pull yourself up. And that's always going to be, good personal development, good spiritual development, good book, some good music. And, like I was talking to a friend of mine earlier, she woke up and the first thing she was listening to was a breakup song. And I was like, dude, you can't put that on your brain the first thing in the morning. Like, you just popped your eyes open and you already singing about you over it. No, like, you can't do that to yourself. You gotta get the good in first, and so that's been a really, really big game changer for me. I encourage any and everybody, if you don't, develop yourself by reading and stuff like that. You definitely need to, like, that's a real deep point. You definitely need to start doing stuff like that. And I mean, get you a girl gang. Get it. Because, baby, we ain't finna have it. Okay? We ain't finna have it. All that sitting around feeling sorry for yourself. No, we ain't got time. Okay? We ain't got time. You better than that. You could do this. So, like, it's just so exciting. So exciting to be able to talk about our vision and share it with the ladies. Ladies, if you like what you hear, please come join us at Girl Gang Social on Facebook. Subscribe. Come join us at the page. See what we talking about. Like I said, get you and us. Because we taking off this year. Like, we going for it all. We going for all the throats this year, okay? Taking down debt. Taking down low self-esteem. All of that negativity. All of that women can't work together. All of that, leaving women in the no, we cutting all that out. Cutting all of that out. And it's a really, really exciting movement. So any last words, Karen?
Pretty much said it all. Like, if you need to follow us on Girl Gang Social. Link will be in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, so that way you can get and turn on that post notification or the bell, so that you always get notified when we are streaming or when we post a video. But yeah, it's a movement, and if you want to be able to join the movement that we're about to start, well, that we're already in it, but it's about to go to another level. It's about to go to a whole other level. If you want to be a part of that, definitely reach out. You can contact us, go on Girl Gang Social. If you go to the main YouTube page and look on the top right, there are links that take you directly to the group page. And look for us, Angie and Karen, in the admin section of the group, and just send us a message. But other than that, go ahead, Angie, and close this thing out.
Hey. So thank you all for joining us today on Girls Only TV. We hope that you had a great time, great conversation, got some good tips and pointers, because that's what we are here for. Again, join us over at Girl Gang for, positivity and uplifting and wonderfulness. And we look forward to being back with you all next week. Peace.